Well, hello there, it's Joey Morgans, and this time you join me for a 3-lap race in Austin, Texas. We're in a Williams, and now we're heading out onto the track. Well, this is a new track on the calendar. It was built by a man called Austin Henry, of which his son was called Matt Henry, of which his other father was called Alan the Plumber, of which is all lies. So we're onto the grid here in Texas, and there's 15 NASCAR drivers here with us today, of which we are starting 15th. Now the lights build up. The lights are eventually out here in Texas, and it's a poor start for the McLaren. We've already gained a place, and now we're coming up to the first corner, and we take an inside line to make sure everybody goes wide, because they're all NASCAR drivers. We nip down the inside, and we've gained 7 places, and oh, you can f*** off. Some Yankee pushing me off the track, and there was nothing I could do about hitting that Toro Rosso. We're down into 10th. We're in the slipstream of this Ferrari as we go through the S's. We may lose a bit of downforce, but I'm not sure it'll matter too much. Now this English kid in front of me in the Ferrari's making mistakes constantly. Through turn number 6 he goes wide. Wide through turn number 7, he takes the McLaren out into 8. We're in a sandwich, but it's okay. I like sandwiches. And now we move up into 8th place, and there's absolute carnage behind me. And now we're chasing down yet another McLaren, and surprisingly somebody has left. I can't quite work out why. But we go into turn 11, and McLaren's made another mistake as the Caterham has all 4 wheels off the track. As we lead onto the biggest straight on this circuit, Unleash the Curse, and watch the speed climb as we're in his slipstream. 170, 180 in 7th gear. Top speed 191 miles an hour as we slow it all down again and join in with a bit of a threesome in turn number 12. And now there's 3 Yankees just raring to take me off at the next corner. I've been pushed wide, but I'm still leading this bundle of cars into turn 15. Now there's a HRT looking down the inside to make a move, and he's done it. Well, this is quite embarrassing. I've been overtaken by a HRT in a Williams. And that raises a very important question. What is HRT's purpose in Formula 1? Are they there to compete, or are they just there for the amusement of spinning and crashing? And it really does show how terrible their car is. They've got probably the best driver on the grid, Carter Cahan, and yet the only positions they gain is from other people retiring from the race. It's just unacceptable. And now after that rather depressing story, we go wheel to wheel with the best driver on the grid, and he forces me off the track. And it just can't get any worse now. Oh, and it has. We've been spun by most likely his teammate. We get wedged into the barrier. We have to reverse and then go forward again. We're down into 10th place. We're going back onto the track, and the game wants me to finish in 5th, which is somewhat unrealistic at the moment as I get done for corner cutting. You know, this game really is demented. It just has no logic. I guarantee that 90% of the people that have taken me off this race will not have a penalty. As we go wheel to wheel with the Lotus, and somebody's in the wall. Somebody's got a face full of barriers. We're in the slipstream on the longest straight on this circuit again. Watch the speed climb, watch the revs climb. Use about half of the curves as we break into turn 12. And we're skating a little bit on the entrance there. And now we're into sector 3, and we're close enough to see who the guy is in front. And it gives me great pleasure to announce that he's American. Enough of being stereotypical. He actually seems to be driving quite nicely. He's hitting every apex. And meanwhile, I'm getting nasty oversteer, especially on the exit of turn 15. So maybe I was wrong about Americans. Maybe they're actually pretty good drivers. Massive lock up there from the American on the way into turn 19. So maybe I was right, as he has another lock up, and there was no need for that, was there? In fact, no, don't answer that. There was no need for that. I'm now all the way down, sat at the back of the field in 11th place. Well then, we've got quite a bit of work to do. The game wants us to finish in 5th, apparently, so better get to it. I'm thinking we should abuse the curves. No, we're going through some corners at the minute. That is not a very good idea. So we're going through the final part of the first sector, and there's bits of advertisement boards everywhere That could mean we're in luck. We're likely to find a car just sat on the infield, and yes, there they are. Goodbye, dickheads. And it looks like they were actually teammates. I think it was 2 Lotuses, and they found themselves in a bit of a pickle. Meanwhile, I'm racing this Ferrari, and he's got the inside line for turn 12. It may sound bad, but it's actually an advantage for me. That means I can pick up the slipstream. Finally, I can abuse the curves, and I've got a better run than him on the straight, and I overtake him down the left-hand side. Now, I could go back to the racing line here, but I stayed to the left-hand side just to make sure he can't take that position back. And he's definitely going to try the undercut, but I've got the inside line for the next corner. He realises this, moves to the inside, but there's not enough room. Next corner's a left-hander. I take a very tight line to make sure he definitely can't get by. And now he drops back. That's the fun over. Somebody has somehow finished the race. It's quite likely they made a good getaway and avoided all of the carnage as we go wide at the second to last corner. But no worries, so does the Ferrari. And just one more corner to go, and why would you do that? You just ruined my life. Now we're only crossing the line in 9th place. Oh no, actually we're in 6th. Oh, well, it gets even worse now, doesn't it? 1 of our objective. It's been Joey Morgans, it's been an honour, and I shall see you hopefully in my next video. Although once again, I may go commit suicide. Goodbye.